Hi there, I'm Jeremy Collins, and this is Jeremy Does Things. Today, I brought you to the family homestead. 10 acres, Quadra Island. We developed this land here from straight forest. We acquired this land on a 99-year lease. So everything you see here, we've done by hand. We only brought in machines at the very end. A lot of this was done by hand. The house you see behind me, that's my mom's house. It began with my stepdad. He's passed away now 14 years ago. But when my mom and my stepdad inhabited this place, they started with a little driveway, punched through straight forest. And Laird built that whole house by hand with no power tools. The only power tool he used was a chainsaw when they were clearing the land to clear out one of the big stumps. And he built this really cool house. The house was originally off-grid, solar power and candles. But since his passing, we brought in some electricity and gave my mom a few more amenities. But the house is a total character. I'm gonna give you a full tour of the house. Also, you're gonna get a full tour of the 1 acre garden, the 2 orchards, and my mother's water conservation system. And then you're gonna meet the homesteader, Barbara Mindel. Let's grab our smoothie and head over to my mom.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
Thanks for the smoothie.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is my mom, Barbara Mindel. The real homesteader, the true heartbeat of the property, the brains behind the operation. Honestly, she's the one that's keeping it old-fashioned around here and developing this land into somewhere that we could all potentially live off-grid and survive off the land. Mm-hmm. You don't really leave the land that often.
Not very often.
As little as possible.
Because there's lots of work to do.
She's been a vegan for over 30 years. She's done a lot of jobs in her life, like bartending, serving, corrections, banking, working at the local school, and finally starting her own health food store named Amped On Nutrition right here on Quadra Island. Her health food store was a hit on the island until she recently sold and retired to be a full-time homesteader.
Yeehaw! On my list today, I'm going to show you the water storage system that I had put in. Potato and beet storage in the laundry room, and sauerkrauts and apples still in the fridge. Nuts and seeds that I have in bulk in the freezer. I have a canning cupboard. I have frozen fruit. Everything's off our property. And yeah, I'm just going to be showing you everything I grow and make. Going to get a big fire going today and burn this stuff. And then from now on, I'm just going to be stacking all the brush and everything and turning it into soil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I
Composting.
got rid of the wood chipper, but we chipped that big pile over there.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be done with that wood chipper. It's too noisy and too aggressive.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start making soil out of all the stuff.
And a lot of maintenance. And making soil is great. It takes 5 years.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be here for another 50 years, so I'm only 70, or getting close to it.
You're not 70 yet.
I'm just about 68.
Good for you, Mom.
Yeah. One day I'm going to be 100.
Then I'm going
to be 125.
And I think you're going to achieve that through all your fermentation and all the probiotics in all your food.
I think so, too. Okay. Should we start out in the laundry room?
Yeah.
This morning I did my laundry, mostly wool, and I'm going to hope that the sun's going to come out and dry my laundry. Okay, so I have an on-demand hot water propane system because we didn't have any electricity when my husband was alive. So these tanks are for the hot water in the house and also for my cook stove.
Awesome. 3 big tanks. How often do you have to get these filled?
Every 6 months, twice a year.
How much does that cost?
It's $350.
Oh, yeah.
This is the laundry room, and it's a cold room. This is all my grab and go stuff. This is a fast grab and go if I'm only going to be gone for a couple days. The rest of this is all to set up if we have, say, a big fire or something, and all we have is land. Our house is all burned down. This is tents. This is everything, and I even have a solar panel here. And that should do us, hopefully, for a while.
That's your emergency.
That's the emergency that'll last. I can live with all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. In this is a spare fridge. I buy all this 5 pounds of everything from Rancho Vignola.
Are those goji berries?
These are goji berries. This is a Rancho Vignola is an excellent company out of Vancouver. Or no, they're out of Kelowna, I think. And they sell 5 pounds, 25 pounds, 1 pound, and it's all stuff that they've collected this year. So it's all this year's crop. Everything's fresh. Your nuts are fresh.
Oh,
this
wow.
is flax seeds,
Wow.
cashews, coconut,
Wow. You got
cashews.
holy.
I make all my vegan cheese and milk and everything out of cashews. So
Wow.
I have a lot of cashews. In here, I make sauerkraut and pickles. Everything's fermented. And this is halfway through, so I had double this amount.
Oh, look at the big jar of pickles. These
Yeah,
are
I
the
had,
best.
I had 4 of those jars.
Holy. And oh my god, the sauerkraut is the best. She
Yeah.
always gives me this stuff and we eat it by the spoonful. Like, it is so good.
This is like beet, onion, and caraway and cabbage. This is cabbage, carrot, onion, and dill. This is burdock root
Cool.
with cabbages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what's going to make you hit 100, I think, is all the ferments.
All the ferments, yeah. This is the last of my apples. I had boxes and boxes of apples from our orchard, and that's what's left, and I'm still eating those in my fruit salad.
Wow. And it's like, what is it, March?
It's the end of March, beginning of April.
Wow.
So
this is
the
unbelievable.
apples last, I don't buy any apples.
See, my mom used to tell me back in the day before they had refrigeration systems, 1800s, 1600s, 1500s, that's how people got good gut health, was the ferments.
Absolutely. Ferments are really important for the gut. I eat them at every meal. Okay, so this is cannellini beans. I buy them by the 25 pounds.
Like, you actually have all these beans.
I do.
Whoa.
That's the last of the cannellini beans
Okay.
from 25 pounds.
And then what else you got?
This is quinoa.
Whoa.
Same 25.
You don't have to open them.
Rice,
Yeah.
brown rice, and chickpeas.
So this is like all your grains.
This is my grain storage.
Wow.
I have some big crocks here for making the krauts.
Oh, yeah.
Big thing of tahini because I eat a lot of
This is your tahini?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it lasts. It'll last.
There's
for
only
like
one
a
of you.
year. I know. I use a lot of it.
Yeah.
In here
This is cool. The beet box.
is a storage unit for potatoes and beets, and you can see they're starting to root. So
Yeah.
I just planted my potatoes. This is what's left
Uh-huh.
in here.
Oh, yeah. You don't
Yeah.
have to pull them out.
Well, I'll
People
just
know
show
what
you.
they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you plant them
Starting to
and
sprout.
they keep, or are you going to get
These
more?
These have kept. No,
Wow.
I'm going to be able to eat these potatoes and beets.
Yep. So cool.
And last thing in here. If the power goes out and we need water,
Because we're on a well system that has an electric pump, so when the power goes out, it can't pump the water up.
that's right. Yeah. So this is all water storage in here. All of this is all drinking water storage.
Like olive barrels full.
All the barrels are full of drinking water.
When we first started on this property, we didn't have water. We used to have all those olive barrels in the back of the car, and we would go over to our friend's house and fill them at our friend's house and bring them home, and that's how we had water.
We were very lucky that our friend let us do that.
Yeah.
And we have about 15 of those olive barrels, and they're in different places on the property.
Nice.
Just in case.
Yep. Good for you. This is awesome. This is also the laundry room.
This is the laundry room. It's a cold room, and I'm so happy that I got a little bit of electricity because we used to have to go to the laundromats.
Yeah. And so this laundry room was actually built in between my mom's house and my house because in order to have, we joined houses with the laundry room in between, and that's kind of what made mine just an addition to her house.
That's right. Yeah, because we already have, this is the max of houses that were allowed on 10 acres, so we had to join our houses. Okay, so do it.
Yeah, I'll tuck it right in so you can get the van out. Hey, I got us some soil here for the homestead, Mom.
Where'd you get the soil?
Oh, I got a new job drilling at the gravel pit, and they sell topsoil there too. So
That's
wait
cool.
a couple hours for some topsoil.
Right on, man. So this is my brother's dump truck. Nice rig.
Yeah, she's good when she's working.
Yeah. All right. Getting some topsoil today.
Bring that soil.
This is my mom's camper van, the Muffin Top Express. She just over the last couple of years bought this thing and got it all decked out, and she drives all around British Columbia in it. It's actually mint condition. Topsoil delivery. Yeah, drive ahead.
Welcome to my Muffin Top Express. Come and have a look. It's a little dirty right now. We're about ready to clean it for our first trip.
Oh yeah.
It's a nice little sitting area in here. Tons of cupboards and storage space on both sides. My friend that I travel with, this is her bed. This all comes down into a nice bed.
Yeah.
And we leave it set up as a bed. But there is a table also that we can put up in here.
Totally.
All this cupboard space. It's got a really nice fridge.
Huh.
Cook stove. All the pots and pans.
And do you guys cook in here? It works good?
We do everything in here.
Nice.
Even has a toilet, which like...
In a van like this, you got a bathroom?
It's got a little toilet.
Oh my god, and you guys use it?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, and a closet.
Yep. Oh wow.
Lots of tons of storage space.
Yeah, the cupboards are
These are all full of food as soon as I load them all up.
Yep.
Dishes in here.
Uh-huh.
We store that water storage. We bring that with us, the drinking water. That whole bottom area is full of our drinking water.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's got a sink. It's like,
wow.
I love this, and it's in mint condition. That's my bed up here.
Okay, I'm gonna come to the back and spin around and look this way. Wow, there's actually quite a bit of room in this van.
This is my bed up here. Pretty soon I'm gonna start making the bed and get it all ready. Here's my little ladder. And the front is like, everything's in mint condition.
Mint condition, yeah.
42 years old, this van.
Wow, look at the
runs
seats.
Like
just plush.
It's just perfect.
Just beautiful.
So if we get to an area that's kind of sketchy, we can just lock our doors.
Yeah.
And we're completely self-sustained.
Inside.
We have all the water we need.
The toilet, everything.
Yeah, and
look at the roof. The roof is not some gross liner. It's like fiberglass shell. This is beautiful.
It's beautiful. I had to look for half a year to find this.
And how much did you buy this for?
Well, it was listed for $15,000. I talked him down to 10 before we even went to the island to get it.
Yeah.
And I took it right to Canadian Tire and had it looked at.
Yeah.
And there was just a couple little things, so he actually brought it down to $9,500.
Wow. And it's like low kilometers, everything. Like, look at how mint this is. Like, no rust.
There's
just primo.
It had 78,000 kilometers when we got it, and it's at 85 now.
85, yeah. And so where's the next trip?
Next trip is up to Terrace. We're going to drive up to Port Hardy, take a ferry to Prince Rupert, and drive up to Terrace, and then we're going to drive all the way back down and maybe take a side trip to Ainsworth Hot Springs.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really 3 weeks.
Awesome.
Really excited. I can hardly wait.
Well, that's great. Thanks for the tour.
You're welcome.
So if you guys are out there cruising and you see the Muffin Top Express, you know that's Barbara Mindel.
Give us a honk.
Okay, what do you got here now?
Okay, so here I collect water off the roof. This is 4 tanks that look like this. They're all full of water right now. I cover them so that there's no algae growth.
Keep them in the dark, yeah?
Yeah, and it comes down this way, 4 tanks. They open and close, so right now they're closed for the winter. And we'll open them up once we need the
But they're full, right?
They're all full.
Oh yeah. That's
all
a lot. So there's 4 tanks here?
This is 4. Come on over here.
There's more?
Oh yeah. The reason this is here is in the winter.
Oh,
we move the pipes over to here, and it drains into a hole. Otherwise, these would fill up and freeze on the top. And I don't want that to happen.
I see. So there's like there's the drain rock hole. Yeah.
There's one there and one over there for these tanks.
So you got more tanks?
So I've got, these were our original tanks. Laird,
yeah.
Laird built us a tower beside our house, and we had 6 of these tanks. And these were all on the tower, and he had water coming off the roof into these, and that was our water for the house.
Yeah, I remember we had a hose right by the sink, and that was for just washing because it was the roof water, just for washing hands.
Yeah, and then a bucket.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't drink this water.
No.
We went to get.
But that was like our running water in the house was off the roof.
Yeah. Okay, and then on this side, off of the garage roof, is another 2 of these barrels. And 4 more.
4 more big ones.
4 more of these big ones.
Yeah, so a huge system. I mean, we got 8 big tanks and 4 of these smaller tanks. Lots of water.
You can see the water does sit on top. So I didn't want that to happen and freeze. That's why we shut the water off.
Okay, now to wrap this up quickly, I want to show you guys. All this water comes into the shed. It gets plumbed in to this little pump box over here. So right here,
I have to open it like this. Everything's a little inventive around here.
Yeah. So this is an electric pump. So what my mom does with all this water is waters the garden. Yeah. So she comes out here, flicks the switch, and then she has...
And I turn it on, I plug it in.
Yeah, you plug it in, turn it on, flick the switch, and then she's like out there watering the garden with the water off the roof. You want to show us your greenhouse?
Oh, sure. Come on in.
Has a goji berry plant. They literally are only grown in Tibet, but she has one that's banging in here.
It's actually 3 of them. I started out with 2. Close the door, please, to keep the heat in. This is it here, and so far I've gotten about 30 goji berries off it. But I think this year it's going to get better. It's better every year. These are the original 2. When I trim it back, I started sticking these just in the soil, and they take.
Really?
So I've got lots of goji berries coming.
Anybody want a goji berry shoot? Hit me in the comments.
Okay, so I just started planting seeds. I have more upstairs in my house under a heat lamp. These ones started out in my house under a heat lamp. I've got kind of a little greenhouse inside a greenhouse, and you can feel it's a lot warmer in here.
Oh yeah.
This is Brussels sprouts, cabbages, snapdragons, tons of cabbages for my sauerkraut.
Oh, true.
More cabbages, and I've got more in the house. There's celery.
I mean, it's kind of early in the season, so she's only got a few things going. Like the gardens are just turned over. But my goal here is to update you guys maybe once a month with the growing season, and then you guys can see my mom, like how the gardens are going and everything, and maybe we'll also do a video on her making the sauerkraut and all the ferments and the pickling and canning and all that, so that you guys can see how she's doing that. Yeah, but that's my plan. So this is the very beginning of the growing season. This is just kind of the walkthrough of the homestead. So let's take a look at the garden.
Okay, so this big pile of wood chips was just dropped off. I paid $40. The chippers are going around the island for 2 months, and chipping anything on the road. And for $40, they'll come and drop it in your driveway. Wow. So I found them, asked them if they'd do that, and they came and delivered this.
That's awesome.
I intend on maybe making pathways. It's going to go around all our fruit trees. We have like 74 fruit trees and nut trees. So this mulch will be really good for it, and I'll also put some in the compost bins.
Nice.
Okay, come on into the garden. These buckets were all full of compost. I just finished sifting and emptying the first compost bin right here. And we've already put more compost in, but this is completely emptied. Every bed got 2 buckets of compost added to it and turned over, and we just did this yesterday, so it was a lot of work. Next, I'm going to be sifting this compost today, starting it, filling those buckets again, and taking them up to the next layer of garden. Okay, that one's all tomatoes. This, I'm not sure, cabbages maybe, cucumbers. This is beans and peas. Beans on this side, peas on the other.
Huge trellis here. She normally has the scarlet runners going.
This kale has been going all winter, so I've been eating this. This has been my greens bed for the winter. I planted parsnips last year, and they're just all starting to come up now.
Oh yeah.
So that should be good.
Parsnips,
got a few
yeah,
broccolis
right there. Oh yeah, broccoli.
Here, and there's a broccoli there coming.
Oh yeah, some broccoli.
This had a big, huge lemon balm plant in it that started out tiny and turned into this massive thing that took over this bed. Carrots and beets. This one I just planted. This is lettuces. I hope to be taking lettuce on our trip in 3 weeks.
So here we are, end of March.
End of March.
And you're going to be picking lettuce in 3 weeks.
I hope so, from inside here.
Yeah.
And taking it on our trip.
Cool.
Okay, and then this is arugula.
Arugula?
And I planted some radishes. And there's still room here. I'm going to put some lettuce seeds in. So once those are done, then we'll have the next batch of lettuce.
You're staggering your lettuce, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So we'll go into the old garden. This was the original garden that Laird had built, and it had a fence here. And then we actually, after he passed away, got all the rest of this all done.
And in fact, the wood, this was all trees that looked just like that forest back there. And we had a guy with a mill come in. He cut down the trees and milled it all. And that's how we built the garage and sided my house and built a really nice deck.
Yeah.
From the wood on the property here.
Yeah.
So
that's how I sided my house over there too, with the milled wood.
Yeah. This is a strawberry boat. This is all ever-bearing strawberries in here. And as you can see, I haven't come to this area yet, but
strawberries.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what I'm going to plant in these 3 beds. Maybe cabbages.
The old deck. This used to be the old suntan deck, and these huge boulders got moved here from a glacier. They must have. They're massive.
Yeah, these boulders came with the ice age. That's why there's kind of a row of them. The beach is way down there. They all got pushed up in the ice age from the ice, pushed them all the way up here.
Wow.
And the day of 9/11, when that happened, that piece of rock fell off of the big piece of rock.
Right, when the Twin Towers went down,
Yep.
this big piece of rock went down.
So I don't know, I'm not sure how that happened, but okay, down. So here's one of the original blueberries.
This is a 30-year-old blueberry bush, believe it or not. It produces alone buckets. Like my mom will come out, pick a whole bucket, and I'll come out, pick a whole bucket.
Yeah.
And that's one of them.
That's one blueberry.
Yeah, and there's
we're gonna start getting into the fruit. And
there's a couple other big ones up there.
And this is a hazelnut grove right here. We get tons of hazelnuts, enough to share with the blue jays and the squirrels, and I still have baskets of hazelnuts. Yeah.
Lots of nuts around here. But this blueberry bush is just insane.
This is a pear tree.
Oh, the buds are coming along nicely on the pear.
And I just finished eating the pears. They were stored in my fridge.
That's cool. She's eating out of the garden year round around here.
This is a blueberry as well.
The kiwi on the trellis.
That's a grape-sized kiwi there that are so delicious.
Yeah.
That's another part of our fruit trees.
Oh, raspberries.
Raspberries.
2 raspberry bushes. Just out here out of these raspberry beds, you can just come buckets and buckets.
I'll show you in my freezer. I still have lots of fruit left.
More garden beds. Obviously, she hasn't got around to weeding them yet.
This chickweed shows how vibrant the soil is. The soil's really good. If chickweed's growing, soil's really good.
That's good information. Wild rose bush on the fence there.
Yeah, and a kiwi, another grape-sized kiwi.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know that was there.
Haven't had any yet. It takes like 15 years to get in.
Oh, you had someone pruning the cherry trees.
Yep, these we did it all, Vaughn and I.
Oh, nice.
These are cherries. This is a wild cherry. We leave the wild cherries, there's another couple big ones back there, for the birds. If the birds eat the wild cherries, they leave our fruit alone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you show them the grapes? Massive operation in the grapes here.
This is only like a 4-year-old grapes, and we get so many grapes.
Like this,
so many grapes.
This whole trellis is just packed. And what is this? 50 feet long trellis.
Yeah, red seedless grapes.
And that's only one. On the other side of the driveway on that fence is another massive grape.
Yeah, on the other side there's a green seedless grape over there. In fact, for Vaughn's 8th birthday, my friend who owned a greenhouse brought him that grape.
I remember.
He was 8 years old and he looked at it and thought, okay.
And remember I got the I got the honeysuckle?
Yes, that's right. So now we're like so appreciative for that green grape.
Yeah. It just shows you plant something and in the future it becomes so much food.
Yeah, it's really important when you buy a property to plant the fruit trees right off the bat. It takes 10 years to get any fruit, so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on up. Rhubarb.
Yeah.
Next to that is asparagus.
Right, the asparagus looks good.
And after that there's a flower bed and then Jerusalem artichokes.
Yeah. This was all blackberries. It was a nasty part of the garden. My mom and my brother and a bunch of people have taken out the blackberries, put in this retaining wall, because the blackberries did go all the way up to here.
Yeah.
I'd put in the retaining wall, fill the top, build all these garden beds up top. At least it's getting better.
But we still have all this quack grass
Yeah.
and blackberries. So I just finished cleaning all of this. We're going to end up with a lot of grass, but I got rid of the blackberries.
Yeah.
This is a quince.
Quince.
Hazelnut.
Hazelnuts.
We'll go this. Oh,
Oh, hold on.
over
Let's just.
here.
What are all these garden beds?
Okay. So I had 800 bulbs of garlic growing all the time. These
This-
were all full of garlic. But now I am allergic to garlic. So these two are planted with potatoes. Next is going to be onions, a whole bunch of beds of onions down there. So potatoes and onions
Wow.
up here.
And then this is the strawberry.
This is the
This
regular
is
strawberry.
all strawberries. Like you come out here, buckets of strawberries.
I pick in the morning, and I pick so much fruit.
Yeah, like, so what's this, apple tree?
This is a plum tree.
Plums?
We haven't seen what kind of plum it is yet because we haven't gotten any.
Oh, are you kidding? This year
gets
it's going to
lots of
be...
flowers. Hopefully this year we'll get some plums and find out what kind of plum tree it is. This is a gala apple. We get probably 30 apples off of this so far, but it's fairly new. In fact, we took the garlic money from the first year and bought these fruit trees.
Cool, and you're propagating more here.
Yeah, that's Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn's always propagating, and I'm seeing now it's working.
And he just built 3 more compost bins, so I don't have to drag the compost down below.
Aw.
This is a cherry tree that produces the best tasting dark cherries. So good.
And then along
And
this
here
fence,
there's more raspberries.
raspberries.
I haven't dealt with this bed yet, but there's blackberries and the best loganberries.
Yeah,
This
one.
is the loganberry, and we have to cut back all these blackberries and just leave
Yeah.
a few.
They're mixing. At one point,
the
this
next.
was a sketchy little hill, and at one time I came and put in all this railing and the steps down here. Oh, I see you guys have done more on the steps.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
And we have a fig tree there
Nice
that
big
puts
fig.
out tons of figs.
nice fig tree.
Yeah, it really likes it there.
Chill station down there. Well, let's go check out the orchard.
Okay. Well, first, this is 2 of the older blueberries. And they put out a lot of blueberries.
Yeah, like this is one of the original 30-year-old bushes. Look how big it is. You guys have really, you tied it all back.
Just yesterday, I had my helper
This looks
come
great.
up here and tie this all back.
Yeah, like, oh my
These are
God.
huckleberries that grow everywhere on the property. And in the garden, the deer don't eat them, so I harvest huckleberries.
Huckleberries all through here. They're the hardest berry to pick, but I love them. They're my favorite. And these here, another big blueberry. So right here, we're stepping into Blueberry Alley. And all down this way here, lined on both sides, is blueberry plants.
We have probably 20 blueberries.
20 blueberry plants. And when they're hitting, you just come with your bucket and just pick
Walk
away.
down. And eventually they'll be really tall and everything, and we'll
Just-
end up with a lot of blueberries.
We already have a lot.
This is an original 30-year-old fig tree, and it puts out quite a lot of figs as well.
Yeah, lots of figs. But I was talking about right here.
This is our family graveyard. My husband made it here first. This is Laird. His ashes are in there, plus a lot of notes from us. And we built this whole thing.
Laird. Love Laird.
He was the best guy ever.
Yep. And there's his ashes. Mom had this made for him. Laird was a Quadra Island icon. He lived his life the way he wanted and bigger than most. Back to base, my friend. November 5th, 2009.
Yeah, and he was a sage man, and we have a nice sage man up here. And Laird is here to overlook the garden. We have a little flower thing put together there for him.
The flowers,
And
yep.
eventually we'll all be up here.
Yeah. So here's the first orchard.
It's
This
called
upper level.
Laird's Orchard up here. Yeah, this is a cherry tree. 3 different kinds of apples there. A ya pear here.
This is
that-
a yeah pear tree.
This puts out 1,000 ya pears.
Like buckets and buckets and
Yeah.
totes of yeah pears come out of here. And last year we actually had cider made out of it all. So we had our own property cider. It was actually pretty good. What do we got here?
This is 3 different kinds of apples as well. One tastes awful and the other 2 are really good.
On one tree?
Yeah, so I'm going to figure out which of the awful ones and actually cut it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. And then here we are.
Up here we have, this is gooseberries.
Gooseberries. Okay, you can barely see it in the video, but this is an olive tree. My mom's trying to grow olives.
This died this winter. I bought 4 olive trees and we have 1 left.
I mean, they're growing
Right here.
olives in Greece, Mom. I don't know if we
Yeah.
can get them here on
I think
Vancouver
we
Island.
can.
She's still trying.
Yeah. A fig.
Fig.
This is an apple. This apple tree is one of the original apples, and they're really little apples. I don't know what kind. 600 apples we get off of this one tree.
And my favorite,
Yeah.
right here, the crab apple.
This is a crab apple tree.
The little crab apples, I take them to work. Just nice little bangers.
So good.
They're so good.
3 different kinds of pears. And
Nice.
they're all really good. And so these ones, a lot of them were keepers. Some I canned.
Yeah. Oh, okay, and then we just got apple,
We got apple,
cherry,
plums,
plums.
cherries. Yeah, and over here is a walnut.
A walnut tree.
We got our first walnuts last year from this tree.
Did you?
Yeah, they're so good.
Nice.
And then over here, so we've lost one in there is where Vaughn and Jeremy built bike jumps.
Yeah, that's all of our bike
Yeah.
jumps. I'll take you over there and show you.
But we started growing nuts over there. So we have 2 northern pecans and 2 European chestnuts in there.
That's so cool.
And
More compost. Nice, this is all
That's
new.
what I'm going to start doing with
Yeah.
the branches.
Pile them up.
Yeah,
stack
make
them up.
soil.
Yep, good for you.
This
Okay,
tree died. This is the first tree that died last year.
really? That sucks. It's hard to get water up to this high level because the water comes from our system all the way down and then it has to come back up here. So it's hard.
Once a week I water up here.
It should be,
That one didn't get enough, I guess.
yeah. I think now what we should do is go, so up there you see that house in the distance? That's Nolan and Annetta's. That's my stepbrother. That's Laird, who passed away, his son and his wife and daughter, and they moved here from Norway. How long ago? 10 years ago?
No, more. Ilva was 3 and she's 20. So
Yeah, 17 years ago. They bought 2.5 acres off of us and just kind of took over the top of the
we all bought
land.
the property together. Nolan, Annette, and Laird and I bought this whole 10 acres together.
Oh, cool.
But they didn't move here until years later.
I see.
So
I was
that
pretty
one-
young. I was
Yeah.
like 2.
Yeah.
So that's their house there, and they're at the top. And we're kind of down here at the bottom, but we're gonna go through the fence here through a really cool forest trail up to the top of the property. And that is where the original powerhouse is, the well, and the second orchard.
Okay, so we could go up Nolan's way or the side way.
Let's go up Nolan's way.
Okay.
Okay, so we come out of there. This is the original trail. It linked our house to Nolan and Annetta's. So our family would just walk through our own trail down for family gatherings.
Okay, but I'll tell you how the trail got made. Laird dug from the well, which you'll see, all the way down to our house, 600 feet. He dug 3 feet deep 1 year,
Water line.
but he never had a chance to put the line in.
Oh,
So the next year, when he went to put the line in, it had all caved in. He had to re-dig the 600 feet trail, and now it's turned into our walking trail, but underneath this is where the water comes from.
you know what, Mom? That's so cool because I did not know that, and now I know where to locate the water line.
Yep, water line's the trail.
Okay. So this is a cool part of the property. It's got like swamp grasses, and it's a bit of a flat land. Our whole property is kind of on a hill, but this is a flat land up here.
This is what the whole property looked like when we first moved here. In fact, we had to step on the biggest rock to find out where we were going to build our house.
That's cool. Oh, and then we always come up here, the Grundvigs, and we all, hello, hello,
Hi!
hello.
Vanessa must be carving.
This is their house. It's pretty funky inside as well. And, oh, so my sister Annetta
Hi.
is a wood carver. Do you mind if I come in and see what you got going on? We're doing a property tour.
Are you?
This is my sister Annetta.
Hey guys, whoever's gonna see this, this is gonna be the Viking ship, the tip of the Viking ship, and we finally got it up with help from Joe. He's been helping me with this little carving shack.
This is the very front end of a Viking ship.
So, and I also finished
This is going to be our sign
your
for
carving.
our
It's
boat.
treat the paint again, and it's ready to go up in Barbara's driveway or
Really?
somewhere around there.
Cool.
We'll show you the other two that she's already finished.
Joe, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Good.
This
Joe's
is
our builder, our family builder.
yes.
Since
He's
the Laird's gone.
he's the man with the talent. This is amazing, Aneta.
Thank you.
And she's gonna build a Viking ship, and this is the very front piece.
I guess I should cut. I came up to show you guys this cut I just made. So we got the white mutton fat with the blue kyanite crystals.
Oh, dude.
That's one of the coolest rocks I've ever cut. So it's blue crystals inside of a white, kind of jade-like.
Yeah. Let's see, put them close together. Dude.
Brother and sister.
That is so cool.
Did you want one of these sides for your house?
Yes?
I gotta polish it first, then I'll get
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Hey, just come up the driveway to the very top of the property. What do we got?
This is the anchor of the property. It's a 400-plus-year-old cedar tree. It's dying up at the top. A lot of the cedars are dying because it's so dry and they have shallow roots. So we're going to be losing it probably, but
This is the real, this is the nicest tree on our property. Massive old growth cedar. And there's always eagles and ravens up at the top.
yeah, that's how big it is.
Holy.
Yeah, it holds our property down.
That's pretty cool to have a big cedar tree like that on your
can see
land.
it.
How old is this orchard?
This orchard's probably 5 years old, Don?
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, cleared the land with an excavator and started planting all the trees. So it's like apples and plums, pears.
There was 9 trees. I think 2 have died, so we're going to replant.
Yeah.
We're going to have raspberries going around the fence, and we planted some hazelnuts up here too.
Cool. Up here in Hardy Land, and my brother just built this Inukshuk. That's pretty cool. This is the water for watering the orchard.
I think it's turned off.
Oh, no.
There we go. This water never freezes when it comes up here.
It never freezes.
These kinds of things, they never freeze. So,
It's good to have.
yeah, it's good to have, and that's how we water.
This is the drop-in here for one of my bike jumps when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I'd say. We'd come ripping down this hill here, and there's a jump down at the bottom. I'll show it to you guys.
The whole land isn't developed. We still have this thick forest down the one side of the property, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, at least 5 of the 10 acres is forested in still, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think they were mining on the south end, but it would be just logging.
So at one point there was railroad tracks on Quadra Island. Yeah, they must have been.
Right through here.
Yeah, on the flat spot of the property. It flattens out and then goes back downhill.
And as you can see, the wind has taken out a few trees here, so that'll become firewood.
They're just checking out all the trees. We got massive hemlocks, Douglas firs, maples.
Lots of huckleberries everywhere.
Yeah, like these are all huckleberry bushes.
Wild growing huckleberries.
So you walk down here, there's just berries. Watch, just land right in your mouth. Ow! It's my little tin boat here. Coming into my section, my little house, my wood shed, my old ride-on lawnmower that I used to tour the property on. Still got lots of wood. My car tent, my fire pit, my house.
You want to see inside Jeremy's house?
Yeah, sure.
I'll open the door.
Falls. Here we are. Heated by a fireplace and baseboard heaters. But
They don't get used very often.
yeah, they don't get used often. So I come in here, I got a temporary kitchen because we haven't really done the kitchen in here. We kind of just did enough to inhabit the place for a year while we saved to buy a place. And then we got the bedroom, big old bedroom, walk-in closet, bunch of stuff. Got a little easel there for my boy. Lots of windows. I wanted lots of windows to be bright, vaulted ceilings. It's really cool. Hand built the trusses, everything. I built the trusses for this house. Windows in the doors. Out to the yard, like you can't get a better view than that, right? Nice little chilling area here. We don't celebrate Christmas here, we celebrate the solstice, so we hang up the big sunshine. Check out my mom's house. The whole house is built on stilts.
I love chimes, so I have a bit of a chime collection going on here.
Yes, you do.
Collect chimes from everywhere and even make them. There's the big cow thing, and when that thing goes, I know we've got super winds going on. Also, there's chimes all around the house, so I can tell which way the wind is going when I'm inside from just hearing the chimes.
That's such a cool fact.
This is the cold mudroom that my husband built just before he died because he wanted me to have a proper entrance door because the door we had didn't even close properly. Mm-hmm. And in here I keep my freezers. I didn't have any electricity until he died, so that's why the fridge and the freezers and everything are out here. I cook things like these chickpeas in massive batches, and I freeze them in small containers. It's really easy when you want dinner just to come and grab. So there's cannellini beans, chickpeas, some of my jalapeno peppers from last year. These are all herbs that I put in my cashew cream cheese that are frozen. All the soups and broths
Those
that
are
I
all
make.
soups?
These are all soups and broths. This is like, I'm starting to make food for our trip, so I make big batches of hummus and cheese, the fermented cream cheese.
Can we talk about, is it hummus or hummus? Hit us in the comments with what you think. Aaron thinks it's hummus. I've always said hummus.
This is the fruit freezer from our property.
This is all fruit
It's still
from the land.
like full of fruit. So I'll just show you some.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
mean, we're at the end of the season.
And I
You're still
sold
loaded.
quite a few to my old health food store. That's blackberries and loganberries.
Yeah,
Blueberries.
yeah.
This is goji berries.
Those
No,
are-
huckleberries.
Berries,
Yeah. This, I buy mangoes. So, and I buy them in bulk.
frozen mangoes.
This is grapes. We have so many of these
Yeah, I bet.
grapes. And they're so good just to come and snack on.
Yeah.
In here is raspberries. I still have other bags
Yeah.
down there. Same with strawberries. Lots more bags.
Yeah.
Just processing this fruit is a massive thing.
Just the processing for all
Rhubarb.
this. And you've eaten all year off this. You still got
I
all
do.
this.
I make fruit salads. out of
Yeah,
this.
bananas. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Just bags
Yeah,
of
bags of
mangoes.
mangoes.
Holy mangoes and mangoes, Mom. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
That'll last me because the mangoes are only here now. So
Yeah. Oh my God.
Applesauce
Just bags
made.
and bags of fruit.
Yeah.
And the fridge is outside. Everyone, when they come over, so that's the original door, right? And then when Larry died and he wanted Mom to have more of a secure door, put in this and it's all locking and everything. But Mom's going in and out of here as she's cooking. To the
Yep,
fridge.
to the fridge.
Let's
In
see
and
your
out of the
fridge.
Okay, fridge doesn't look like anybody else's probably because there's nothing processed in there.
Nothing processed. My mom is a vegan. She eats off the land. Look at this.
This is coconut yogurt that I make. This is nut milk out of cashews
So that's your
and
milk.
coconut.
That's your
yeah.
yogurt.
These are the salads. I make a big salad. Here's my homemade sprouts. I've got 2 different kinds going right now. What's under here? The alfalfa mix.
Oh wow.
And in this one, that's
Just gonna
my
get a
big,
look at your
yep, the
salad.
big salads that I make.
Oh, so she's always got salad on stock, just
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah, this is my fruit salad, but I just about finished it and have to make a new one because I put it in our smoothie.
Oh, okay.
But
Yep.
Yeah.
So you always have fruit salad and
Yeah,
like
and
hummus and all the dips
all
and
my pickles, that's fermented pickle, my chutneys that I make.
Yeah.
This
I mean-
is a fresh batch of,
Your fridge looks different than most people's, and that's why you're gonna live to be 100.
I think some mung bean sprouts.
Just like lots of really good stuff.
Yeah.
No like chemicals.
Peanut sauce that I made and froze tonight. I'm going to make myself some sushi, so I cooked up some rice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, this is that's the hummus I'm going to eat for lunch. This is the fermented cream cheese, cashew cream cheese that I make, and oh my god,
that
it's so
looks
good.
so good.
This is lovage and chives, and it's so good.
Huh. Wow. I'm gonna have to sample some of
Yeah, and
that.
tons of canning back there.
Yeah.
Tomato sauces and salsas and that kind of thing. I make my own salad dressings.
Yeah.
Got a sauerkraut.
Yeah, my mom's nutritional yeast salad dressing is
Yeah.
amazing, and it's in her cookbook that we're gonna show you.
It is.
I just want to take a look at the fridge pictures. Ilva, we love.
Granddaughter.
Yeah.
And my grandson.
Yeah, Coco Bear, that's my
Yeah.
boy. That's us out there. That's when Cove's as big as the fish. Hell yeah. Oh. I knew it. Just
Yeah, in here.
lots more stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, let's go in.
Okay,
Let's go
plus I
in.
store my, once a week I bring wood from my 3 wood sheds, stack it up in here, and that I have for
That's awesome.
the week. Yeah.
Just a push.
Welcome into my house.
Here we go. Okay, so in you come to my mother's house through this front door. You see how we put the electricity in afterwards. So we got switches that are on the wall.
Outside the wall.
Yeah, and there's no building code here on Quadra. So you can kind of build whatever you want. Wood stove heats the very tall ceiling. Like that's about 20 feet.
It's a small house. It's 16 feet up.
Uh-huh.
And 30 feet. He did it the size of plywood.
Yeah, so he didn't have to cut them, so the sheets would line up perfectly. 16 by 32.
And this is the house that Laird built without any electricity.
Yeah, this is the original, and we've had some additions come onto it. So your little entryway, the big, huge door, which is fun to come through, friction fit. Come into the best picture wall you've ever seen. You know, just gotta love that. And then into the sitting nook.
Should we get a photo of Laird?
This is what Laird looks like.
This is Laird and his first wife, Nolan's mother, Barrett. She was the beauty queen of Norway in
Miss
1958, I think.
Yeah, and they had Nolan together, who lives up top. You met Annetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Laird there. This is Laird.
Many faces of Laird. We
many
miss him a lot.
We really miss him here.
Yeah.
This is him here. He was an absolute beauty.
Him in Thailand.
Yeah,
There.
2 peas in a pod right there. Oh yeah, cool dude McGee. So you can tell he was a hippie. He was a man of the woods, and
liked to be super fit. And in fact, for the solstice every year, he'd order a load of gravel as a gift so that he could stay in shape over the winter by
shoveling gravel.
Driveway. Yep, shoveling it all, wheelbarrowing it down
Wow.
the driveway.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So Mom's sitting nook. Obviously lots of nostalgic memories. You can tell there's like a lot of memories and everything here.
It's really hard cleaning this house. As you can see, it's very dusty because of all my
Stuff.
knickknacks. Yeah. And the cupboards, everything's pretty old. I'd love to replace the cupboards because they're like original.
Yeah.
Well, I remember we didn't have them forever, and Laird put them together, and
Yeah.
been through several layers of paint.
Tomatoes, no dishwasher. It's like a huge dish. And my mom, since she cooks health food, there's so many dishes.
Yeah.
Like, man, there's so many dishes that pile up from each meal, and she does them all by hand every night.
Yeah.
It's actually a massive process. Yeah. Lots of stuff.
In my cupboards.
Looking in your cupboards, we got, whoa, I don't want to give away the secret recipes.
I currently have 2 published cookbooks. Because I'm vegetarian and vegan, this one was from 1995, and I worked at the school for 12 years, the elementary school, with autistic kids. And one of the moms said her kid was becoming vegetarian. She didn't know how to cook, and would I please make a cookbook for her? That's what this one was.
Don't diet, just live it.
Don't diet, just live it.
Can I just crack it open for a sec?
Sure. I did all the drawings myself. And there's tons of information
I love it.
and recipes.
Yeah. You could hit me in the comments if you would like this. My mom has Crohn's disease, and so she has very strict diet restrictions, and so she...
Yeah, so I put together this second book in 2013, and it's all my current recipes aside from the raw and the ferments because I wasn't there yet. But the first half of the book is all information on how to keep your gut running properly and lots of tips and information. It's really, really good information. Then comes the recipes. And the last half of the book is all of my recipes.
Yeah,
and
like, so my
I'm
mom's...
famous for my cooking, so lots of these are really, really good recipes.
Yeah.
In fact, my hummus is in here.
Cooking Your Bummers Out, Barbara Mendel.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you've put that out there for the world if they want to better themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can find these online, but you can always just comment on this video and my mom will sell you them through the mail. How much are they?
This one's $23 plus postage. And this one's $10. And
that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
$10?
Yeah.
The hummus?
Just because this is this is a beginner vegetarian cookbook, so...
Okay.
Whereas this one's really...
Like in-depth with diet restrictions.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Yeah. And Vaughn, being a rock hounder, I have tons of necklaces, and in fact, I should show you my necklace collection.
I
love
want to
them
see
all.
that.
Okay, let's quickly go in here.
Let's go see your necklace collection from my brother. His YouTube page is Quadra Rockers, as you know, and my mom's one of the biggest supporters.
Yeah. Some are gifts and some, that one's a live edge red jasper. I love that one. This flower stone, I love this.
Oh, Rhodonite.
Rhodonite. This one's jade. I got one of his jade necklaces.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of pretties.
Wow.
I love that one.
I've always
in the
wanted to
shape of a
see your
tie.
collection because you show up with a new one every time.
Yeah, that was from when Vaughn was born. I used to wear that necklace. Look at that yellow one.
That's cool. So this bathroom here, Mom had put on after the fact because she didn't like waking up and having to go through the house to the bathroom. So she had a little one built
it's
up.
tiny. It's just got a toilet and a sink. It's perfect. I love this little bathroom.
Me too. Skylight, everything.
Yep. And I'll just tell you a quick one about this quilt.
Okay.
Okay, so I had home births. Both of my kids were home births. Jeremy, in fact, was born on the ocean and has a free ferry pass for life.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn, back then, like 30 years ago, the midwives were being sued because it was an illegal thing. So I had to go underground, and we used to put together these quilts. 20 women would get one square each. We'd come up with a theme, and the squares would come in the mail. We'd have 6 months to make our square, and we'd mail them back, and then we'd all get together and make the quilt. This quilt is 30 years old. So I made 10 quilts. I made 10 squares. This square is mine.
This is
theme
yours.
Is music and dance on this one. Look at them. They're just unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember when you made this, I used to
Yeah.
unbutton it and button it.
Yeah.
They auction them off.
What they do is they sell tickets, and anybody who makes the quilt gets 5 free tickets. One day, somebody called me up and said, "You've won the quilt." And I said, "No way. I made that quilt." And she said, "Oh, maybe you don't get it." And I said, "We all got tickets." So the year that I told Laird I was not making any more quilts because you kids were young, it was a lot of work, and we were homesteading, and then I got the call. So this is like saying thank you for making 10 quilts.
That is so cool.
I love this quilt. I roll it down every night and put it over here, and then I put it back on the bed every day. I love this quilt.
Wow. Wow, Mom. That's
Yeah.
a cool story.
Yeah.
This is a cool room.
Yeah.
2 skylights. She wakes up and she can see right out into the sky.
On stars at night.
My mom is actually a seamstress.
I am. Everything I make is on this old treadle sewing machine, and I just finished making this dress.
Wow.
Dresses and 90s.
Like really good quality. She does
Yeah.
little designs. All the stitches are properly done and hidden.
Yep, the whole inside, you can't see any threads or anything. It's all done with French seams. It's all done. This doesn't go backwards. I have to turn it around to go backwards.
Wow.
But I love this machine. It's really old. It was my husband's grandmother's. And it's the only machine that I use. I love it, and I know how to fix the whole thing.
Yeah, I've seen you
buy the
fixing.
leather,
I've been
yeah.
in here. She's
Yeah.
been teaching me on this as well.
Yeah.
There's Laird. Coming through here, the kitchen. So what's next?
Next is the living room.
Oh, I gotta say,
This
the
is
hanging
Laird's
bar.
pride and oh yeah, the hanging bar. This is a really good bar. It's good for exercising.
How old did you say you are, Mom?
I am almost 68.
Oh yeah.
Plus, we all play music, free music. So Laird played music. He played every instrument imaginable.
Yeah, this was kind of like the music room.
So when we get together for family things, we often come in the living room and just sit down and start playing music.
Yeah, pick up any instrument you want. This is back when I used to be a rapper. I still got the bars. But yeah, lots of super cool, quirky instruments here.
Yeah, we collect
The
them.
banjo. That's a nice drum there.
Okay, and then
This is also my mom's TV room at night. She doesn't have TV. She never has, obviously.
I watch movies.
She watches movies. So she's got this little screen. That's all she needs. And there used to just be DVDs stacked up. But nowadays, she has Netflix, I think,
Yeah.
on the
Like
smart
that
TV.
Netflix.
Yeah, bookshelves just full of books. Really good books, too. Really good books.
Next, we have the bathroom. This is the original bathroom. This is my on-demand propane hot water heater, and it's vented outside for the shower, which
That came in. When this
It
came in,
came
this
in.
was a big day. We used to go, we've been through so many stages showering, right? We used to go to
Yeah.
the laundromat to shower, but
yeah, we used to put on our little flip-flops, and everybody had their own little bag of a towel, flip-flops, and shampoo. and we go and do laundry at this place and shower at the same time. So
Yeah.
having the shower, after Laird died, I brought in a toilet because we only had an outhouse, and I didn't want to go out to the outhouse by myself in the forest at 2 a.m. or something if I have to have a poop.
She has Crohn's
So,
disease too, right?
Yeah, so I'm so happy that I got this toilet. And we got a sink with hot. You can see when
Yeah.
I turn on the hot water,
It clicks there, yeah.
the propane.
So before, when we were young, we just had a hose handle
Here's
hanging
the
in the
hole,
sink.
in fact. That's where the hose came out of.
Yeah, and
And it was hooked up to the tower that was
yeah,
there
we
with
had a
those
big-
barrels.
yeah. But as you can see, things are different nowadays. We got running water, hot water, everything.
Yeah, things are a lot easier now.
Yeah.
Okay, here used to be Laird's in my bedroom, but now it's the spare room.
And this is also where Mom's food preserved. Like right now, there's nothing coming out of the garden. Normally,
Oh,
this is
my
full.
dehydrator. It
She's-
goes all summer.
She's dehydrating and
Yeah.
preserving.
Yeah.
That's how she preserves a lot of the food. Apple rings and pears and a lot of fruit. Here we
This
go.
is my canning cupboard.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
The lighting's not great.
Oh, the lighting's just fine. So
So we have zucchini relishes. These are all chutneys. Plus, this is like the end of the season, so
Yeah, like-
I've already been through a lot. This is all ketchups that I make. Tomato sauces, salsa. Lots of our fruit. These are the pears that
the
I
little
did
ones.
in full pears or cut up. Cherries. And
cherries. I gotta take
yep.
one of those home.
Okay, I don't have very many.
I'm taking one, Mom. I'm
okay,
taking
you
one.
Can have that.
Nice.
This is all apple sauces. This
That
is
was
like,
hard to get.
This is grape, nutmeg, and lemon jelly. Lots of different jams. Grape jelly,
Look at the canning rings.
apple ginger. Yeah, this is my empty jar stash.
Oh yeah. So the canning cupboard. What's this? Is that full?
This is full of my sheets and
Oh, okay.
bedding and stuff.
The canning cupboard, it's normally just chocked full of stuff,
It
right?
is, yeah. This is it at its emptiest.
It's just
really.
at its emptiest.
This is this year's hazelnuts that I haven't even gotten to yet because what I have to do is peel all those off.
Oh
And
yeah.
turn them into
yeah, it's a lot of
this,
work.
right?
Everything's a lot of work.
Everything's a lot of work and I haven't gotten to this yet. And I might not get to this because this is the year before's hazelnuts
And they're still
and
here.
our walnuts. These are ours. And this is toasted. These ones, they're so good. So what I do is I take this little cast iron pan, fill it up with some of
That's
these
cute.
hazelnuts and walnuts, put on the wood stove,
Yeah,
and it toasts
just roast them.
And they are so good. Oh my God.
And my dad
These
is.
ones are roasted.
And this is a Blair Collins Burrow bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad
It's a
makes
beauty.
these. That is a beauty. A ripper of a piece.
Then we go up this little ladder stairs.
With a picture of a teepee that my mom built.
When I was 16, we made that teepee. The poles are 30 feet high, 25 feet across.
Crazy. Okay, so you come up out of the stairs.
These are all tomatoes that have started from seed,
Oh yeah.
peppers,
Yeah.
onions,
Yeah.
and cabbages. And these ones I'm going to transplant into bigger ones today and put them out in the greenhouse.
Cool. So this is the upper portion of the house.
This is the widow walk, it's called.
She actually had this built after Laird died.
And I can see the whole property really from here. Like I can see everybody's houses.
Yeah, there's Nolan and Netta's house, the orchard, the gardens,
Vaughn's house.
Vaughn's house,
Wood.
Caroline's
area.
little place
Yep.
that I kind of want to show. But this is cool. So you can be up here.
Here.
Yep.
This is the black elderberry and it's getting too much sun in the window, so I'm going to bring it down.
Okay.
This plant here, when I'm 67, when I was growing up, this plant was in my mother's house, in our family house, went all around the kitchen. So this plant is like 100 years old or something. It's very old, and this was a cutting that I got when I was 16.
Okay. Can you make me one?
I thought you had one.
No.
Okay, Vaughn's got one. I'm happy to make you one.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
one. That's a 100-year-old plant that's been in our family.
Maybe 80 years old or something. But
Well,
yeah.
it's a little clustered up here, but this is like, treasure chests, cool like costume totes. Oh, the Lego bin. Man, me and my brother went hard on the Lego back in the day.
All your allowances went into that Lego.
Honestly, that amount of Lego right there is worth a lot of money nowadays.
Yeah, I can hardly wait to pass it on to your son.
I know, he's almost old enough. Oh, who's this stud?
So, this is my radio, And it runs off of the solar power.
And we are continuing with the
And
isotope and genetic.
It's on CBC.
It's been on for like however long we've had the solar. Never had to change anything. That radio just keeps on running.
Free
and
power.
I've got lights too that are all on the solar.
Yeah, there's a full off-grid system for this house.
Not full because you know, we don't run the fridge or anything like that.
Right.
Run the lights and the
radio.
Yeah.
So we could light it up and
Yeah.
listen to CBC.
This is the battery room. And these batteries are old, like 20 years old, and it just keeps on doing it.
Yeah.
Those ones aren't hooked up. We got lots of power, 13.9, that's good.
14, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, come out onto Mom's covered little deck.
This deck got built from the trees that we milled.
Yeah. And
Mom built it all.
it's enclosed, so when we have family gatherings, we got a kind of a big family. We all pile around this massive table.
And this plastic all comes down and it's
Drapes
just
it all.
an enclosed plastic room. It's perfect in the winter.
Yeah, good for having dinner out here.
This is an apricot tree, and last year I got the first apricots, and oh my god, they're so good. And I had to hand pollinate everything with the little paintbrush because the bees weren't around when the flowers were here.
Interesting.
I haven't cleaned up this deck yet, but in the summer it's full of tomatoes and all different kinds of plants. This is such a great little place.
Yeah, my brother built this bench
Yeah.
and this
Perfect.
deck. It's a massive
I
deck.
spend a lot of time out here in the summer because the sun just black. And then in here,
Oh, the original. So this is the original garden.
this is the original garden that Laird built. Here's our transparent apple tree. You can see it's older. We get
Yeah.
hundreds of apples off of this tree.
Yeah. More apple trees, right?
Yeah, apple and plum, Italian
Yeah.
prune plum, and they're really good. And we're just still working this. Too bad that's not opened up because it's like a big pink puffball.
Yeah, no, that's so nice. Yeah, this is the
Got
house.
a peach tree over here.
Lots of windows.
Grapes.
Lots of character. Isn't this a great place to live? You
It's
got
like
your
a little magic garden in here.
you got your family close by, you got
know.
your friends close by,
Yeah.
and you got all the food you need to sustain.
I do.
You got your water,
I have everything.
everything.
I have everything, and I'm super happy. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Wow. So you're a homesteader by trade now,
Yeah, I love it.
and
Keeps me healthy.
you like doing everything old fashioned.
I do because it works. Like,
That's the way, like, yeah, because nowadays we all rely on technology for everything and people keep having issues. You kind of got a really sufficient thing going here.
I do because I don't count on electricity.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much. Thanks for coming to my humble abode.
Okay, signing off. Okay, well, there you have it. You've got pretty much a tour of the whole property. You've seen everything. You've met my mom. You've seen how she grows her food, she preserves her food, just how sufficient this property is, how much work has gone in. Every little bit of this has been hand done, you know. It's a labor of love, and it's all paid off in the end.
And, okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, catch me with my modern technology. Here's my modern technology. Don't look at it.
No, I won't. So my mom has an iPad.
I'm just messaging my daughter-in-law to tell her I'm not going to make our walk at 1 o'clock because it's already getting late, and we'll go at 3.
Nice.
Okay.
And you're listening to your messages.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta go.
Okay, bye, darling.
Bye.
Check out my new machine, Jeremy. It's my hedge trimmer. It's battery run, and it works incredibly. And
Cool.
it matches my battery operated, oily chainsaw.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my mom's became really capable out here doing everything on her own, so she has to have all her own tools and know what she's doing. So you're just out there trimming everything now.
Well, I am, and I've got my helper who helps me with these too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. What an amazing time here on the Homestead 10 Acres. And now you've seen it all. You met my mom, my brother, and we've done a whole bunch of crap. So just like always, smash subscribe, hit the like button. Make sure to comment what you're thinking. That's
What
the
are you
best part.
thinking?
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
Make sure to put it in the comments. All right?
All
So
right.
until next time.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay, so I'm on the ferry right now, heading back to Campbell River, And my brother Nolan works on the ferry. He just said, you want to come up and drive this new electric ferry? I didn't get to film it, but I literally just went up to the top and drove the ferry. Brad, he's the captain, Brad Asu. How's it going, Brad? Thank you very much for that experience. He was like, just grab the controls, because he knows I operate excavators. And he's like, this guy's good on controls. So Brad's like, yeah, get in here, grab the controls. So he tells me, turn it left. He shows me how to turn it left. It's like a forward rudder and a rear rudder. So I buck it hard left, and it was going hard. It was going hard, and I'm like, holy crap, this is happening. And he's like, hey, get it back, get it back. I just had to ditch the controls and be like, man, you get this back. We were laughing. Pretty funny. I just drove the ferry. I was also born on the ferry. It's a funny story, but I have a born on board card. I was born on a BC ferry. Here's my card. Born on board. Jeremy Lee Collins. Expires every 5 years. I got to get a new one. They used to be all gold. It was called a gold card. I think there's only 25 of these in the world, and I have one. It was the middle of the night. My mom was trying to rush to the hospital. I loaded on the ferry. We were waiting for the captain, and I was born on the ferry. So I get free ferry for life anywhere in BC. Just a funny, fun fact. And I just drove the ferry. All right, it's been a great day. Showed you guys the whole homestead and everything. I'm pretty happy with how the day went. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will be updating maybe once a month throughout the summer, show you guys how the gardens go this year and how my mom does all the food preservation, and also how all those propagations are going of my brothers. That was pretty cool to see them working out all of a sudden. Follow my adventures. Jeremy Does Things, signing off.